Hello YouTube and welcome back to the shed full of spiders. There's all big cobwebs up there. So I've had an issue. My 5-volt power supply, so when I rearranged it all, I had the 5-volt supplies going into here. 28-volt, 24-volt battery supplies there. They've all died, so my security cameras and flight trackers and all that sort of stuff have been switched off. So I've got to replace the power supply. So then we've got to look at this one that's died. So I've got in my pocket a new one from eBay. So I'll replace that now and hopefully that will fix the problem. Oh, there's another spider. They're moving back in over my hot air my hot air gun. Has anyone got any tips on how to get rid of spiders? If they have, I'd love to hear them. Please leave a comment. So there's the old regulator removed. So you've got battery in, ground and 5 volts out. This is the old regulator. Now it all looks okay. I mean, it was working, it was just a bit intermittent. I think that lump of goo there is just spider rubbish. I don't think that's any goo out of the capacitor. But I will fire that up on the bench and just see. Yeah, it's all just looking particularly great. I will fire it up on the bench and see if it's working. Yeah, that joint doesn't look great, does it? That is the 5-volt output pin. Like I say, it was intermittent, so maybe it was just a bad connection. Anyway, we'll have a play of it in a minute after I fitted the old one. The new one. And this is the new one. It looks similar. Joints on the back look a lot better. We've got a nice big solder spike on that. That won't cause us a problem. Now there is a bit of a difference between the two. So as you see, oh no, they are exactly the same. Oh, I thought the new one didn't have, the old one didn't have a hole in it, but it does. But no, they do look identical. And the backs, yep, look the same. Well, I'll fit the new one, and hopefully that fixes the problem. So it's wired up without the output connected, just in case that goes wrong. And I'll flick the 5-volt switch, and we'll see what happens. So ready? Hey, the light's on. That's a good sign. We'll just check the output first. Make sure it is a 5-volt regulator and not like a 12-volt or something silly. 5.12 volts. That will do. It's working, so I can connect the output and hopefully everything turns on again. Output wire's connected, so hopefully everything should turn on. Fingers crossed. Ooh. Camera's running. Go on, spin. Any second now. Oh, there we go. Lights are on. Well, I assume that's working. There we go. Power's on. Things in shadow resetting. This is good. So with that power supply working, can we work out what went wrong with this one? So I've got the power supply connected up. Got plus and minus. What we've got in 28 volts, and they've got the supply going to a DC load. So very clear. That says 5.01 amps and 0.3 of an amp. That made no sense, did it? 5.01 volts and 0.3 of an amp. So if I increase the current, that's going up, that's going down. Oh dear. See, the voltage is dropping quite quickly, but I've got these skinny wires. So it's not surprising. 1 amp. Is anything getting hot? No, I don't think I had. It was a massive load on this anyway. No more than 2 amps. And this is meant to be rated up to about 5-10 amps, I think it is. Voltage is sagging quite a bit now. Again, like I say, skinny wires. Maybe I need to actually measure directly on the output. We're getting hot. I'll measure directly on the output, see if the output has dropped. Directly on the output at 3 amps, and the supply is dropped a bit, but it's not massively low for a 5 volt supply. So assume all is well. Let's turn up a bit more. I think you can go up to 5 amps safely. That's full. I'm getting particularly warm. Not getting particularly warm either, even though there is a few watts being dropped across them now. Let's go up to 5. Just brave it. That blue wire's getting warm now. I smell something getting hot. I think it might be that wire. Right, let's quickly check the output. Yeah, always fun to do this one-handed. No, still holding strong. So it doesn't seem to be an overload thing. It's even holding strong at 7 amps. See? All good at 7 amps. And there's no way I'll use 7 amps. So we'll turn it down a bit. Back down to say 1.5 amps. And then we just give this connection a wiggle. Oh! What was hot there? Oh, that effect's getting quite hot. Ow, ow, ow. There's my thingy. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. It was definitely getting hot. 60 odd degrees. Right, we'll give the output a wiggle. See if there's anything to that solder joint. Look at that. Don't know if you can see that on camera. But wiggling that connector. Oh, there you go. That's a bit better. My shadow's making it a bit more readable. If I twist that connector, I'm making it change and vary. Push on the card, lift it up. I did have it down to 2 volts a second when it was looking a bit rubbish on the camera. Can't do it again now. I mean, it was intermittent, so maybe that was it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Come on. There you go. Oh, done it. That is still connected. That wire is still connected. And it's back again. Yeah, so I think it's that dodgy solder joint on the back. There you go. Because remember when we saw that, there's one of them joints look a bit crusty. So I reckon if we reflow that, that'll be back working again. Right, I'm going to try that now. Right, joint's resoldered, although I'm not happy with it because this pin here is very tarnished and it didn't take solder very well. It needed a lot of heat. It still hasn't made a fantastic joint. I mean, I think ideally you need to change the connector because that joint's just rubbish. I think it's the pin itself has corroded or something. I wonder if it's something to do with the wood because it's against wood, and if that's the moistures and the oils in the wood have actually eaten the pin away. What if there's some electrolysis going on? Again, ideas, wood, electricity down in the comments would be helpful. So we'll put that back together again. And we'll see if we can make it fail again. Well, that seems to be better, but there is still a little bit of a movement as you touch it. I'm not sure if it's the pins have all corroded inside or what, or if it's just the way these wires are in, because I mean, if I do that, it's very safe, stable. Oh no, there's a little bit of movement there, isn't there? That's because maybe it's because I'm putting pressure on the board. It's hard to tell really. I'd have to take that connector off and actually have a look at it. But as this is an investigation and I've got one to replace it, it doesn't really matter because this can be used as a spare. And I suppose what you could do is just solder, take the connector off and solder the wires directly to it. So maybe that would be something to do in the future if I ever need to get a new one of these. But yeah, so that's it for now. Hope that helps. And like I say, if you've got any comments or suggestions about either spiders or electricity next to wood, you know, if it does cause corrosion, I mean, I imagine there would be some electrolysis action being on the back of wood when you've got the two plus and negative right next to each other if they're touching. yeah, anyone that got any experience in that, please leave a comment. But for now, see you later, and enjoy. Goodbye.